Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains, North Carolina. Tonight I wanted to do a video on this, what I have sitting right next to me. So a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month or so ago now, I put out a video on the 102 steel whip saying, it's the ultimate antenna. And for a lot of applications, it kind of is, right? If we could take a 102 steel whip, put it on a center mount on a vehicle, to where it was a radiating pattern was perfect, well, you would definitely get probably the best output that you can out of any CB radio for mobile installation. The thing is, 102 steel whips intertwine and tangle with just about everything on the road if we put them on the roof. So for most applications, we're putting them either at the on a rear bumper of a truck. Sometimes we might be able to mount them in the bed of a truck, which is still lower than the top of the roof line, so you're blocking some signal in some directions. Because of that, a lot of y'all commented that you felt there were better antennas out there for mobile use, and I became kind of interested in the idea. As you know, I've been using trams most of my life. I use Radio Shack antennas, and once Radio Shack kind of got out of the CB business and then got out of business altogether, or mostly anyway, I went to tram. For the first tram antenna I purchased was the 300, which is like a K30 sized antenna or a little wheel size antenna, and it performed pretty well for what it was. I put it on the trunk of my Echo and it worked well. When it was time to move up, since I had had good luck with the tram, I bought a tram 3500, I believe it is, and that one is the equivalent of, say, a K40 antenna or maybe a Wilson 1000. So again, a little less expensive, but a larger size. And again, I had pretty good luck with it. And that antenna is currently on my winter car, my little Volvo that I drive, hooked up to the President McKinley sideband radio that I have. And I've got it right smack dab in the middle of the roof, so it performs fairly well there. But again, people were telling me that there are certain antennas that just outperform everything else on the market, and so I kind of dug deep, looking at different manufacturers, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of different manufacturers of CB antennas that I wasn't even aware existed. The one that I came up with that seemed to have the best reviews and the highest compliments paid, like the fewest negative reviews out there, was this, and that's what we're going to be playing with today. This is a STRYKER radio, STRYKER SR-A10, A10 being the Warthog if y'all know military stuff, but this is the STRYKER magnet mount version of the A10, and I'm excited to have this thing. This thing is, I already took it out of the box, so I just had to play with it when it showed up, but let me go ahead and take it back out. Now it comes in two pieces. The actual mast here, it can't come in a separate package, and I'll show that in a second. But here it is. It's got a nice attached cord here. It does have a rubber mount, gasket on the bottom here to kind of protect your paint jobs. And I've got that peeled up slightly. There we go. So that's there, and it is a good size magnet mount. But look at this thing. Look, I'm going to zoom in here on the camera and show you this as I go. But nice imprint on there. Just built like a tank. It's got these bolts around the top here, and this piece right here protecting the hole for where your antenna is actually going to mount in there. And what it is, and this is an interesting way, so it's a wound coiled antenna. It's not the full 102. So there's different ways that people will coil up the rest of the 102 inches. STRYKER, it's a pretty cool idea. They encased it into a watertight container here, and their feeling was that if there was a lot of rain or snow or whatever, it would build up on these external coils, and that could actually cause SWRs to really spike. So that was their invention. But they did something else that I didn't realize when I bought it that's pretty cool about this, especially if you're just kind of into this stuff, which I am. It lights up when you key down. So this is like a nice blue or purpley blue color that'll light up through these little glass portholes that are here all the way around this thing, and that'll light up to let you know that that you're keying down. So that's really cool. I like that.
This is really cool.
Farpoint Farms, 707, Mountains, North Carolina.
It also has this. I'll go ahead and unscrew this. So one of the problems with tram and K40 and Wilson is that once you put it on there, it's pretty much on there. You can't really take it off. This, you can remove it and put it into your car without actually taking the magnet mount and the cord and all the rest out of there. So I can lay that aside, and if I'm going to be going somewhere, I just put this cap on and protect that. I can screw that down on there. I won't screw it on right now, but you get the idea. So I can leave this part mounted on the vehicle at all times, and then, say if I'm going to be going through parking deck or something like that, where I don't want any risk the damage, or if I'm parked in a bad part of town where somebody might just mess with the equipment. And then when I get it to where I'm ready to rock and roll again, I just take that back out, put my gasket down there, and screw it back. Nice. So there it is. So I'm going to be taking the tram, and in part 2 I'll do this. I guess I'll also show you here. Let me just see if I can snake it out. I've got my fan over here because it's kind of warm out today. Here we go. I've got my antenna that came with it, so it's a nice metal stainless steel with a nice tip on there. It's got that static, anti-static ball there. So I'm going to be installing this in the place of that Tram 3000 antenna, or 3500 antenna, and I want to do some range tests with it. Obviously we'll get the SWR flat on it, and we'll go ahead and do some range tests, and I'll show you it at night that it lights up when you key down. So I'm really kind of excited, kind of feel young again playing with something as cool as this, because not a lot of the stuff that I buy is like, well, I don't know, as pretty as this. Let's just say that, huh? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be definitely playing with this again. We'll see it in part 2 once it's installed, and we'll, if it needs to be adjusted. Most of the people are saying you pretty much install it and just set it in SWR is flat. So I'll do that, and if it's flat, well, I won't show you the video of adjusting it, but we will do a range test with it. As you know, on the McKinley, the AM range test has already been posted, and the sideband range test with the Tram 3500 antenna is in the queue, so hopefully it'll be updated before I put this up, but maybe not. Maybe this will come up a week after. I don't know. That's it. I'll see you next time. Take care.
There's always something that needs a little fixing on